Yo, YouTube, what is good? Welcome back to another raw and rapid review, and today we're reviewing the anime Banana Fish. So if you guys missed it, we just did a whole reaction of the series on my YouTube channel. That entire series is out. If you guys want to go watch those before, actually they're all pretty long, so I don't know if you want to do that. But if you want to see my reaction to the last episode or whatever before watching this review, you can. Also, this review will have spoilers, so you have been warned. A little backstory to my watching this anime. So when I was watching this anime, the way I watched it was weird. Not like I normally watch animes. Normally when I watch anime, I'll like binge it in like a day or two. But for this, I watch it like over the span of like a month and a half in like 3 episode batches. So the way I watched the show was kind of weird and wasn't fully like in there. So my memories of early stuff and stuff here and there are kind of foggy. So this review isn't going to be like super in depth or anything. I'm mostly just going to be yapping for like 10 minutes about what I liked or disliked about the show. And yeah, let's just get right into the review, man. Overall, first off, the vibe of the show I loved. It was in a New York setting. In America, most anime are like set in Japan or whatever. But this one, I loved how it was set in like a place that I've been, New York. I thought it was a really cool vibe. I really liked the overall setting. Obviously, I think if the show had a dub, I think it would have benefited. Obviously, the sub is good and all, but I think me personally, I like dub more, and I think that the show not having a dub, or if it had a dub, I think I would have liked it a lot more, if that makes sense. Because I just enjoy dub overall more, and it's in America, so I feel like it would have fit the vibe overall. But overall, I loved this show. I thought it was really, really good. I like the story. The story was amazing. The drug wars or the gang wars, the drugs, the mystery, all this stuff. I just love those types of shows, and I love this vibe. I love like gang like dramas and stuff, like 91 Days and kind of Monster in a way. But yeah, the story was amazing. The introduction of Banana Fish, first episode, this mystery drug you don't know anything about. It can like control people and stuff, and then you just with the characters, you kind of unsolve this mystery of what Banana Fish really is, and I really like seeing that unfold and the way they told that in the story or showed that. I thought it was really good. I think obviously the story was more about Ash as a character and how he develops through the story after everything he's gone through and how he deals with it all, and I thought it was really beautiful. The show also had an amazing cast of characters. We had Shorter, Yutlong, Eji, Singh, Kane, Blanca, Ash. Obviously I had a list down. I did not. If you watch the reactions, I did not remember any fucking names besides Ash and Eji, bro. But yeah, I thought the characters were really nice. I thought a lot of them had some good dynamics, especially Ash and Eji. Talk about that a bit later. But yeah, Yutlong also, I think his character was really good. In the beginning, I didn't really like him, or actually in the beginning I liked him. But then he got more annoying. He was just like, I was like, why the hell does this guy want to kill Eji so much? Like, what is his beef, bro? And then when it's kind of revealed, like, why he not really hates Ash, but why he's, like, jealous or envious of Ash, and kind of how he is able to move on after going through so much trauma. Because Ash and Yutlong both went through so much shit as a kid. And Yutlong just can't deal with it, He's just so full of hatred, and he can't learn to, like, move on from it, and he hates that Ash can through this Eji, someone who's so frail and weak. He hates that Ash can find escape and move on through that kid, And I get it. It makes sense why he is kind of envious of him. But yeah, I still found it kind of annoying. But I really liked Yutlong's depth. And I thought that was a really cool part of the story, how they showed his backstory and stuff. I really like that. Obviously, the show is also very intense. There's constantly always something going on in the story, something important. There's not really any dry moments or anything. It's kind of always pushing forward. Every episode, something crazy happens, something new happens that they have to solve, which is a good thing and a bad thing. Let me explain. So it's a good thing, obviously, because a lot more stuff's going on. There's a lot more to the story. There's a lot more to be engaged by and be interested in. But that's also a bad thing because this anime is only 24 episodes long, which means there is so much stuff that they try to pack into it that I feel like in parts it can just feel rushed. I feel like a lot of the I don't want to say arcs, but a lot of the stuff that happens, I'm just gonna call them arcs. A lot of the things I feel like they're just gone over so fast. Like for example, when Ash gets captured by Golzino and stuff, and he's at the party, and they're like, okay, we're gonna plan, take over the party, whatever, get Ash back. I'm like, okay, this could be a whole operation, and it happens within like 10 minutes. They get him back, and everyone's fine. I'm like, okay, whatever. And there's just a lot of moments like that where a huge operation, a huge thing, a lot of stakes are on the line, and they just go through it so fast. And I'm like, okay, it's fine because obviously there's a lot of stuff they have to pack into this anime, but also I feel like if they took more time to flesh out these parts a bit more, make them a bit more intense, it gets more, not really hype, but just intensify them a bit more by dragging them out and fleshing them out a bit more. I feel like I would have got a lot more. I would have cared a lot more for these parts of the stories. I think it would have easily made me enjoy it more. So I think if the show had like 30 episodes or so, maybe, I don't know, it would have been better. Obviously, it's not a bad thing because it's just, it's just the way the show is. There's a lot of stuff that they try to pack into it in only 24 episodes, so they kind of have to rush through them like that. I don't know if that's how it is in the manga, but that was just the one little thing that I didn't really like about the anime. Or it wasn't that I didn't like it, it was that I think it could have been better if they took about it a different way, if they fleshed them out a bit more. The story, like I already said, has so much stuff going on. You'd think it's like hard to follow, like an anime like Code Geass or like Code Geass. So there's so much shit going on that if you're not fully locked in, you're gonna like completely lose track of what's going on. You're gonna be confused. Kind of 91 Days. 91 Days is kind of similar to this anime, but the way I don't like 91 Days is kind of, I feel like they just throw you into the story and you don't really know what's going on. And for me personally, I was just confused in 91 Days. They just throw you into the middle of this. They don't really give you any backstory. I mean, they show, like, obviously 91 Days, they showed the backstory, but then they just dive right in and you're like, okay, like, who are all these characters? Like, what's going on? But Banana Fish does it, like, obviously Ash is already in the gang and everything, but it shows you the introduction to Banana Fish, the drug, right away. You see it just the same time as Ash does, and the story builds from that. So you don't really need to know the gangs and everything before, because you kind of, over the course of the show, you kind of pick up on, how things were back then through backstories and flashbacks and things like that. But like I said, they pack so much stuff into the show, but they make it so easy to follow, which I really like. A lot of shows struggle to make it easy to follow, like Monster and Code Geass, like I already said. But this show does it really well. Like I sound like a broken record, but they pack so much stuff into this anime. There's so much going on, so many characters, so many different gangs, but they make it so easy to follow, which it just makes it really nice. Like, it feels like I don't really have to be fully locked in to be paying attention, or paying attention to fully understand what's going on. Now, obviously, there were times I was a bit confused, but within like the next episode, it kind of gets explained itself. So yeah, that part of the show I think they handled really well. Like I already said, the character dynamics I think were amazing. Ash and Eiji, obviously their dynamic is beautiful. I love how Ash is kind of this gang leader, this badass, like everyone's scared of. He's super mean, or not mean, but he's just super intense, always standing on business. And then when he's around Eiji, it kind of opens up this other side of him that we don't really usually get to see. The side that Ash wants to be. I feel like Ash doesn't want to be this gang leader, this killer. He wants to just be a normal guy, I'm pretty sure, but he can't. He knows he can't because of everything he's been through and what kind of he's caused from his mind. He thinks that a lot of the shit is his fault, so he feels like he has to kind of deal with it and he has to solve it. Yeah, Eiji kind of brings out that other side of him, and lets him develop more as a character, and you get to see how Ash deals with all these things, like kind of behind the curtains. Obviously, Eiji knows that about Ash. Eiji knows that how important he is to Ash, and that's why Eiji wants to stay there. Eiji wants to stay there to be there for Ash, to try to get him out of it. And all Ash wants to do is keep Eiji safe. He doesn't want Eiji to see this side of him, this evil, this murderer, this scary side of Ash. He wants Eiji to be safe. So I just think their dynamic is really nice. Other characters, there's Shorter. Shorter's a really good character. I loved how he was close friends with Ash and Ash had to kill him. That was really brutal. I guess I just love when characters suffer. I know that sounds kind of bad, but when characters suffer, it just makes you feel for them more. You get to see what they've all been through, and you get to see kind of how they deal with it. And I just think it makes stories way more rich, and there's just a lot more to them when characters go through shit like that. But yeah, Ash went through so much shit, like nowhere near like Guts level. But dude, Ash's life is tragic, man. And even after everything, he finally gets out of it. Kind of, he kills all the gangs or whatever. He almost gets out of it, and then he just gets killed by some bum dude who's fucking he's part of Sing's crew or whatever. And that just, it kind of pisses me off, but it also in a way it's just like that's just how it is. That's just how it is. It sucks, but yeah, I don't know. And Eiji doesn't even know that he died. Eiji thinks that, he's just gonna, they'll meet again someday, you know. Like, he thinks that Ash is just perfectly fine and that they'll meet again someday in the future. And that's just, it's just sad, man. It really is. Like I said, the show is very intense. There's always something going on. Like, right when something happens is resolved, there's like maybe not even a full, like half an episode of resolve of just chill, and then instantly right back into another thing. So the show is really good at keeping you engaged. There's always something going on. There's always a new thing that they discover, that they find out, that they have to deal with. And it just keeps you on your feet. It really keeps you engaged. That's why I would love to rewatch the show sometime and just binge it, because I feel like it would be so fun to just watch through everything and just see it all go by in like 2 sittings or something. I think that'd be really cool. The final battle also, I think, was really nice. I think they did a good job of resolving everything and just showing how everyone who meets Ash either wants to kill him or wants Ash for the power. And that dude, I don't remember his name, that final villain kind of realized Ash's power and he wanted Ash on his side, you know. See, he literally betrayed not really betrayed, because I don't really think he was ever even on Golzino's side. He was only there to begin with, maybe just to get Ash. But yeah, I think that final battle was really nice. It shows how Ash, you know, wanted to save Sing, and you know, he kind of cared for Golzino. Like, when Golzino died, he showed that he was, you know, kind of sad, and which doesn't really make sense to me, because Golzino literally caused like half of the hell that Ash has been through, pretty much all of it. And but you know, I guess he was kind of like I hate to say it, but the father figure in his life. He was the adult that kind of grew him up, was there for him. Not really there for him. I won't say that, but he was there when, you know, as like the adult in his life, I guess. I don't know. I also really like Blanca and his character with his dynamic with Ash. How he's like his teacher and stuff. He knows Ash really well. He kind of knows what he wants deep down. And I just think Blanca was badass, dude. I really liked his character. I thought he was cool coming in at the end. But yeah, overall the show was really good from start to finish. Like I said, there was never any really dry spots where I was bored or anything. There were some arcs where I was like, this is okay. You know, they rushed through them a lot, but overall I think it was an amazing, well-crafted story, very beautiful. I loved Ash's story, man. One of my favorite character stories in anime. I feel like the whole story of Banana Fish, obviously it's a lot of gangs and drugs and all that shit and drama, but I feel like the story also is about Ash and his development as a person, and how he deals with everything that he goes through, and how, you know, he tries to get out of it, and how he tries to escape all this shit that he's going through. And I just really think it's really beautiful, Ash's story. But yeah, I'm gonna stop sounding like a broken record and end off this video. I don't know if you saw my post on YouTube, but I already recorded this video once, and that take was so much better. 14 minutes of straight yapping. It was really well done, but my mic wasn't fucking plugged. Or it was plugged in, but Streamlabs like deleted the source or something, and I didn't realize. So I had to completely re-record it. So it was kind of hard re-recording this, because I already said everything, and I know you'd be like, well, that just makes it easier. It's just a second take. But it makes it harder. It kind of does. It really does. But yeah, you know, overall, Banana Fish, very good. I'm going to give the show a solid 8.8 out of 10. Oh, another thing I forgot to mention. The emotion in the show was really good. I love when shows get me emotional. When shows get me emotional, it shows that, you know, the show made me care for the characters. The show did it so well that it made me feel for the characters. And that's when I love when shows do that, man. So Banana Fish, very emotional show. Here and there were a lot of moments where I'm like, dude, that just is fucking tragic, man. Especially the ending. Especially when, you know, Shorter died. You know, even in that like first few episodes when that little kid died, bro, that was fucking tragic, bro. Like, this show did not take any breaks, bro. Constant, just tragedy. And I think they hit their emotional beats really well. But yeah, overall, I'm going to give the show an 8.8 out of 10. Maybe with the rewatch it'll be higher, maybe lower. I don't know. But, you know, overall, I heavily enjoyed the show. It's definitely my top 20 now. And I appreciate you guys for recommending the show to me. This review wasn't, you know, any video essay analysis or anything in depth. It was kind of just me yapping for the second time my thoughts on the show. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Comment down below your thoughts. Comment down below also another anime you want me to react to, because, I mean, this season we got like 5 we're going to be reacting to, so it's going to be really rough. I don't know if I'll do Kaiju number 8. I want to, but it'll be a lot with My Hero and all the other shows I'm doing. But yeah, I'll definitely add it to the list. But if you guys enjoyed, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.